That's right, folks. This isn't clickbait. You read the title. You've clicked on the video. It is true, partly, that the $6 million man turned me gay. Yes, I know it's a surprise for some of you, perhaps, that I am a gay. Took me quite a while to be able to admit that to other folk. I knew a long time ago. But I think this chap here, and the fact, in fact, I'm partly blaming the $6 million man, as portrayed by Lee Majors in the very popular 70s series, which spawned a very popular toy line. And this is one, it's not my original one, but this is one of the childhood toys that I have the most fond memories for. And this is a Bionic Man doll. If you want to see my Bionic Man in a little bit more detail, comment below and I'll do a separate video just on the Bionic Man. But he was a very popular toy for boys of my sort of era back in the day. Sort of size, a bit bigger than an Action Man. He has a bionic eye, so you can look through the back of his head and get a sort of a funny vision of bionics. He also has a special arm that can lift. Well, this first edition came with this engine block, and basically you could make Steve hold the engine block. Hang on, I'm doing it. Which is the no? It's the wrong arm. It's that one. One of his arms is bionic, you see, folks. Let me just clip that. There we are. It's all coming back to me now. I've only just got this again from eBay, of course. To really, oh, and I think you put it the other way around. He is a bit limp-wristed, and that's not the reason why he made me gay. I'll go into that in a minute, but I'll just show you his amazing bionic arm. Look at that. Look, see, he's holding this engine block, and you press this button in his back, and look, his amazing strength. He can lift the engine block. It only works when his head's turned towards his arm and then you turn his head back. Oh, and he's dropped it again. He's also got, now I don't know if this is partly a reason why I turned gay, but it is a little bit suspect. He had a bit of skin on his arm that you could pull back. I'll try and get it. I've got this is a new outfit I bought for Steve. It's a reproduction outfit I got on eBay, and it's a little bit tight. I can't really show you in this video, but underneath this arm there's some skin, sort of latex rubber skin, and that always perishes. So I got a replacement skin, and basically you could roll back the skin to reveal his bionic modules, which the act of doing that is a little bit phallic, so I won't show you that in this video. Anyway, right, on to the reason why Steve Austin made me gay. You naughty man. Right, he won't stand up on his own. I have got a couple of stands coming. No. Will you sit down? He's going to sit. Oh, awake. Don't break his doobry. Right, there we go. Now, when I was a little boy, obviously I loved the $6 Million Man TV programme, and I expect for Christmas or birthday I got given one of these, and I got other things. I got the Bionic repair station, I got Steve Austin's enemy doll called Maskatron, and what I really wanted to go with my $6 Million Man was a Bionic Woman. Now, Bionic Woman was a sort of spin-off show from the $6 Million Man and featured a character called Jamie Summers, who had a little bit of a skydiving accident and had to have her legs, one arm and one ear replaced with bionics. And she sort of had a bit of a relationship with Steve. And there was she appeared in the $6 Million Man show, and then she got her own spin-off. And you could buy a Bionic Woman doll with mission purse. So basically she was a fashion doll, like a Cindy or a Barbie type doll, and she had bionic modules, and she had a special head that when you turned it clicked to simulate the sound it made in the TV show when she was using her bionic ear to eavesdrop, you know, find out all the gossip. So I wanted one of these. It came with a purse, a mission purse, and she was dressed in a sort of a blue jumpsuit. Now I remember asking my mum for this, and if my mum's watching, hopefully she's not, she won't have any recollection of this, but I remember wanting the Bionic Woman doll to go with the Bionic Man. I mean, what could be more natural? You've got a boy doll, you want a girl doll, and they make a lovely couple, don't they? I wasn't allowed this because it was okay for me to have a male doll to play with. And my brother, I think my eldest brother, had Action Man, and lots of kids of my era had Action Men. I wasn't into the old army stuff and fatigues and guns and everything, but this similar sort of thing. So I wasn't allowed it. I was not allowed the Bionic Woman. And I think, well, what I was allowed, and I'll show you, no, you're going to have to sit back down. I was allowed to buy, well, not to buy, to be given this for a birthday or a Christmas. This dolly here, another male doll, and this is Oscar Goldman. And Oscar Goldman in the show was Steve Austin's boss, and he used to give him all his missions. And Oscar came with this amazing briefcase that if you open it the wrong way, it exploded, revealing all the contents mangled up. But if you knew how to open this briefcase correctly, then you'd find the secret files and all sorts. But it had a self-destruct. So I was allowed this. So basically, my $6 Million Man collection consisted of Oscar Goldman, Steve Austin, the $6 Million Man, and the Bionic Repair Station. So I had 2 male dolls, and I don't really know what I did. Uh-oh, I can see a bit of chemistry happening here. Oh no, I'm getting the old feelings again. So you can imagine what a very confused young boy did with 2 male dollies. He made them kiss. Oh, Steve, what is that aftershave? Is it denim? Yeah, it sure is, Oscar. Ooh, Steve, boys. So this, by the way, this is not suitable for younger viewers. So this is what, yeah, well, it started with a bit of kissing, you know, and then a little bit of heavy petting, and then it ended up with them having all their clothes off. Well, they do have underpants on. Well, they're plastic, but there's no genitalia on show. But I basically had them kissing and cuddling. I didn't know about the dirty side of life at that time. I just knew that men and ladies kissed and cuddled. I'd seen my mum and dad kissing and cuddling, quite a natural thing for me to see. So, you know, that's why I'm gay. It's all my mum's fault for not buying me Bionic Woman. But you see, if I had, goodbye Oscar, go on. If I had the Bionic Woman to go with, ooh, here she is. If I had the Bionic Woman, then I would have turned out straight. I'd be married with lots of lovely adoring kids and probably grandkids by now, because this is what would have happened. It would have been, look, that looks so much better.
Oh, Steve, you're so lovely. I like a man with a hairy chest.
Oh, Jamie, I like your big jugs.
Oh, do you? Oh, they hold a lot, you know. I use them for juice and sometimes sparkling water.
I meant your bosoms. Ooh. You see, that looks better, doesn't it? Bless them. So because my mum wouldn't let me have Jamie Summers, the Bionic Woman doll, I'm a raving poofter. So there you have it. That's my childhood in a nutshell. I was turned queer because I wasn't allowed a girl doll. That's not quite true, I don't think. But this is, I'm making this video because I just got this today. She is not, this is a Jamie Summers Bionic Woman dolly. This is not in the outfit that I remember. I mean, this is you could buy separate outfits for her, apparently. But I saw this on eBay in this rather fetching dress. This is a dress you could buy, but it's not the original. She's lost her her arm skin. You can see her bionic module there. That would normally have been covered up with this artificial skin. But she does have a bionic leg. I'll just try and show you her bionic leg without revealing her noo-noo. there she's got a little flap. As most ladies, it's probably a good job I didn't have this, because I would have assumed that all women had a little compartment in their leg. So you didn't have the skin on the leg, but you had this little flap that opened up, and look, it's revealing her bionic innards. I don't think she's got knickers on. Oh, it's okay. She's had the full Brazilian look. Anyway, sorry, oh, it's a bit graphic. I'll cover her up, look. She does have the bionic ears, so look, watch. So she's earwigging what's going on over the fence. She's wondering why the milkman comes 3 times a day to Mrs. Smith next door, and now she's found out why, and she's a bit shocked. Ooh, look, she's got a hole in her ear. Oh, that's funny, look, because her bionic ear has a hole in it, and that ear doesn't. Anyway, so we have Jamie Summers, the Bionic Woman. I finally got myself, cover yourself up, dear, it's not pleasant. I finally got myself a Bionic Woman to go with my Bionic Man. So, yeah, here they are. They look lovely together, don't they? She's just a little bit shorter than Steve. They will not stand up. Oh, I'm sorry about that. She's exposing herself on the YouTube. Stop it. So look, and we have a bit of a ménage à trois, is it? Hey, get off her. I'm sorry, Steve. Do you want a kiss? Well, yes. I can just see all the thumbs down I'm getting from this video. So basically, I would have had 4 figures. I'm hoping to get a Maskatron. But I don't know if I was that dirty, because as I said, I didn't know about, you know, the birds and the bees, or the bees and the bees, or the birds and the birds when I was playing with these dolls. But I did have the Maskatron, which again was another male doll, sort of a robot with different faces. He could have the face of Steve Austin, Oscar Goldman, or a generic face. And I think Maskatron had purple underpants. I expect they were all, I think I probably had threesomes. I think I had all 3 of these male dollies piled on top of each other, having a wonderful time. But as I said, I didn't really know what I was supposed to be doing, but they certainly did a lot of kissing. So that's how that's how Steve Austin, the $6 Million Man, turned me gay. So, you know, is it nature or nurture? Well, I don't know really. I'll be honest. I can't believe I'm saying this to complete strangers on YouTube. But I suppose some people like to hear. It's not a choice, in my opinion and in my experience. You do not choose your sexuality. If you're watching this and you're gay, or you're straight, or you're bi, or you're indifferent, that's just where you are. I don't think any of you watching can say to me in the comments, I woke up one day and thought, right, I've had enough of, I'm trying to make this clean. I've had enough of the lady gardens. I think I want to plough another field, go down another route and choose something different. No, I don't think that happens for the majority of people. I think it's mainly nature, possibly nurture comes into it. I am the 4th child of 4 boys. I've got 3 elder brothers, and I've looked into this, and apparently, so this proves it could be to do with nature. The more male siblings you have, if you're a male, the more male siblings you have, pardon me, the more likely it is you're gay. You'll turn out gay. So I've got 3 elder brothers, and I've always thought from a young age, and it was joked about as I was growing up, because I remember it, my mum was always wanting a little girl, and well, she sort of got one, really. A little girl with a hairy chest, but yeah, she got a boy who did like girly things, and wanted a doll and played with toy vacuum cleaners and liked doing domestic things around the house, you know, doing things with mummy. And so, yeah, so that was just a little joke in our family. And I always felt that, well, was my mum really trying for a girl? Because she had 3 boys, and wouldn't it be nice for her to have a girl? She loves us all, I'm sure. I think she does. So, but I was always I was the youngest, obviously. I am the youngest. And I was a bit of a mummy's boy, and I was very attached to my mum, really attached to my mum growing up. More than my dad, far more than, you know, my mum, I was a very cuddly child. I was always getting cuddles from my mum. I had affection for my dad. I'm not saying he wasn't affectionate, but I always remember sort of cuddling my mum cuddling me. And often I remember, and this carried on for many years, probably when I was too old for it, but I remember, you know, we were watching telly and I was on the sofa and I'd lie my head on my mum's chest and she'd just stroke my hair. Yes, I had hair back then. She'd stroke my hair and like this and that, you know, it'd be lovely. And then, of course, you get to an age where that's not appropriate. It's like that Little Britain sketch, Bitty, if you know that fully grown adult that still breastfeeds of his mother. So, yeah, there comes a stage when a child thinks, well, no, I'm a bit too old to have my mummy stroking my hair. And then, you know, you distance yourself. So I think, to be honest, I'm not putting any blame. You can't blame. I'm not blaming anybody for the way I am. I can't help the way I am. I would not have chosen, to be honest, if I had a choice to be gay or straight, I would have chosen to be straight because it's far easier to be straight. It is. I think it's probably easier to be gay now. You can be anything now. I mean, it's getting ridiculous now, isn't it? I mean, gay, straight, bisexual, that was about it. And now there's so many, and there were 2 genders when I was growing up, male and female, and I suppose then you could get the transsexuals. But even a transsexual is biologically a man or a woman. Whatever they were born, they can have their things whipped off, they can have hormones and injections and all sorts, but biologically, as far as I know, they're still male and female. So, but now again, it's just ridiculous. There's supposed to be 100 different genders these days. It's just beyond a joke. I'm not saying anything against people that feel differently. That's up to them, but it's something I can't get my head around. Anyway, what? I'm not doing that. Where was I? Stop it, Steve. So yeah, no, it's not. It's something I wouldn't have chosen. I'm not out and proud. I don't flaunt myself, and to be honest, I don't. Again, I'll get dislikes and hate comments, I expect, but I don't like all this gay pride stuff. I mean, I've got there's a colleague at work who's very out. You know, it's very, very, very obvious that he is a gay. Okay, he doesn't hide it. He's very loud about it. In your face. I just like to be discreet. I don't hold hands with anyone. I don't like to show any public affection to my partner in private or public. Sometimes in private, but not often. But all this gay pride, it's just basically, I can understand why back in the day when, you know, gay people were fighting for equality and, you know, it was illegal. Can you believe it? In the UK, it was illegal to be gay. It wasn't illegal to be lesbian, that wasn't recognised, but to be a gay homosexual man, the practice of well, you could be a homosexual man as long as you didn't do anything about it, but the actual, if you were active in your relationships, you could be put in prison, as Oscar Wilde was. So yes, the people you know, back in the, you know, 60s, 70s and whenever, fighting for equality, and when we had the AIDS thing happening and all this and the prejudice, there were pioneering people that, you know, did a lot for equality, and that's fine. But now, to me, gay pride, they have them all over the place. It's just basically, I see it quite cynically as just a money-making opportunity for companies. And I absolutely detest companies that during Gay Pride Month, which is June, which happens to be the month I was born, so, you know, what chance did I have? They put rainbow logo, they changed the logo to rainbow colours, and they put rainbows. And basically, I'm putting myself out on a limb here, but basically most of these companies who do all this, you know, acceptance and gay, they're just interested in increasing their profits, okay? So don't think that Argos or Asda or Currys or any shops or businesses, just because they wave the gay flag, doesn't mean that they're only interested in your money, the pink pound, in my opinion. They couldn't give about, you know, gay people. They just want the money, because on the whole, it's not on average, I think it's understood that gay people tend to have a higher income. I don't think that's true, but there is but because of the pink pound, there is a perception. But I mean, obviously, gay couples can have children now. They can adopt. They can have children in other ways. But, you know, previously, it wasn't the done thing. It wasn't really accepted that two men and two women could raise children. It really wasn't. In my lifetime, it wasn't really accepted. Now it is more accepted. It's still, I think there's still a lot of people that have problems with it. Even I do. I know, speaking as a gay man, even I think it's better. And again, look, this is my opinion. If you're in a gay relationship and you've got kids, I'm sure you love your kids and you bring them up to the best of your ability. I'm not knocking anybody's individual choices because I don't know you. But for me personally, I just feel uncomfortable seeing those images of two men together with a child or two women together with a child. But that's because I was brought up in the 70s and we were, you know, this man and woman, children, this is pushed down our throats. It's not so much now. Now kids growing up, I think they're taught to accept that, yes, you can have two daddies, you can have two mummies, you can have one mummy or one daddy. It's how the child is cared for and loved, I think, that matters more than the gender of the parent. But you know, I am pretty conservative in a lot of my values. So I'm not a radical person. I'm quite straight-laced, which is why I did have trouble coming to terms with my sexuality, because I was brought up at a time when it wasn't really accepted. It was beginning. You know, it became, you know, it wasn't illegal when I was a kid, but it's still, you know, it wasn't accepted as much as it is now. It's still not accepted fully, to be honest, but it's a lot better than it was. So kids growing up now, a lot of them now can feel that they can be themselves. I felt I couldn't. I had to suppress myself. Even now I do it, and even when I started YouTube, now I do have another YouTube channel, if you're watching this, I started another YouTube channel, it's completely unrelated to stuff I do on this channel, but I remember my earlier videos, I was suppressing myself a bit, and not showing my personality, because I thought, I don't want people saying, oh, he's a puff, oh, he's a queer, oh, gay, and I get that occasionally now. I just, you know, who cares? You know, it's like, you know, somebody saying, oh, you're gay. It's like somebody saying, oh, you've got no hair. Yeah, you've got brown eyes. Yes, so? I can't help it. Tell me something I don't know, you know? But in the end, I thought, oh, well, sod it. Just be yourself. And if they don't like you for how you're coming across, then, you know, stuff them. And so I started becoming a little bit more outgoing and gregarious and putting odd jokes in. And I think that, you know, I was being true to myself, and I think my channel benefited from it. And this channel, I tend to be myself. So, I mean, some of you might have not realised I'm gay. I think most of you probably had an inkling, and a lot of you will know anyway. It's not something I'm hiding, but it's also not something I'm shouting from the rooftops. Yeah, I'm attracted to the same sex. Physically, I wouldn't say emotionally, but certainly physically, I find the male form attractive. Not that I'm saying I don't find pretty women attractive, but I do, you know, I don't find them in any way stimulating, if you get my drift. But anyway, this started off as a silly little video, and it was going to stay a silly little video, and it got a little bit more in depth, but it's just a jokey thing. I've always thought, I knew I was, well, I didn't know I was gay, but I was gay even before I had 2 male dollies to kiss. I knew, because my 2 earliest crushes, and a crush is different from having a sexual attraction, because I mean, I've had crushes as an adult after I know all the bits and doings that happen between people. I know what goes on between a man and a woman and a woman, a man and a man, more or less. Sometimes I am shocked by a few things I've seen, but on the whole, I do know a lot of the things that go on, especially between 2 men. But as a child, you don't. So I had crushes. So obviously nothing sexual at all, because I was far too young to know about that. So Lee Majors, who played the Bionic Man, I had a crush on him. And one thing I know, I always found, I don't know why I liked it, but I always liked to see hairy chests on a man. And Steve Austin, the character, had a hairy chest. The doll doesn't, but the man playing him, Lee Majors, had a hairy chest. And I liked that. And also, so he was one of my crushes, but I think my very first crush was Benny from ABBA. And again, Benny from ABBA, big furry chest. He also had a beard. So, you know, ding, 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 something went in my brain and thought, oh, yes, I like the look of that, but I don't know why, but yes, I'd like to rest my head on that nice hairy chest and nuzzle into that beard. Yeah. Golly gosh, the things people say on YouTube. Anyway, you'll not meet me, unless, well, some people who know me might be watching this, but I don't really mind them knowing this. But so yeah, I had crushes on men, and it was always the same type: dark-haired, normally dark-eyed, brown eyes, brown hair, hairy chest, beard, moustache. Tom Selleck in Magnum. That's another one. I didn't really like the show, but I did watch it for that. for him. And the lead singer of Brotherhood of Man, I believe he had a great big, you know, in the 70s, he had the big collars and he had a bit of chest hair. He probably had a medallion as well. So that's me. That's a little bit of an insight as to why I'm a poofter. But no, it has nothing to do with the $6 Million Man and not getting the Bionic Woman. I think it is mainly to do with a biological thing. I would say it's 95% nature and possibly a little bit nurture, but I think the nature, my preference was pretty set in stone when I was very young, and as I said, far too young to know about what people get up to in the privacy of their own bedrooms or back of cars or toilets or in woods, wherever they do it. I didn't know about it. Anyway, that's it for now. If you want to see a full review of all my Bionic toys, plus some more I will probably be getting, I will do individual videos on these dollies, basically. If you want to see that, comment below. There are other videos on YouTube featuring these dolls. So that's it. I'm here. I'm queer. If you don't like it, well, there's nothing I can do about it, sorry. Bye for now. See you in the next video.